Ever get that feeling like the world's changing? Faster than you can keep up.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
imagine a change so big it wiped out almost every species on Earth.
Wow.
That's what we're diving into today. The
Yeah.
day the dinosaurs died.
And it's not just some ancient history lesson.
Right.
This event, 66 million years ago, it's woven into our very existence. Without it, we wouldn't be here.
Exactly.
Having this conversation.
We've got Riley Black's The Last Days of the Dinosaurs as our guide today.
Oh, nice.
It's amazing how she brings this whole lost world to life.
It really is.
Right down to the last, well, day.
It's not just about the asteroid impact itself,
Yeah.
but the ripple effects.
Yeah.
How did anything survive? And how did life rebuild from practically zero?
Okay, so before we get to the apocalypse, set the scene for us. What was this dinosaur world like?
Think lush,
Okay.
vibrant, and surprisingly familiar in some ways.
Really?
Black focuses on the Hell Creek Formation in Montana. Picture T-Rex stomping around,
Right.
Triceratops grazing.
Kind of like Jurassic Park,
Yes.
but without the fences and jeeps.
Minus the Hollywood embellishments, yes.
Right.
But it wasn't all giant reptiles.
Okay.
Tiny mammals were already scurrying about.
Oh, wow.
Birds were taking to the skies. A whole tapestry of life,
Yeah.
completely unaware of what was hurtling towards them.
And this wasn't some tiny meteor, right?
No.
We're talking an asteroid the size of what, Mount Everest?
7 miles wide, to be precise.
Wow.
That's a rock bigger than some countries.
Goodness.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't some random encounter.
Oh.
This asteroid was likely a leftover chunk from the solar system's formation,
Interesting.
gradually pulled in by Earth's gravity.
Over millions of years.
Exactly.
So like a cosmic slow-motion train wreck.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It highlights how even seemingly sudden events on Earth can have these incredibly deep roots in time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Talk about a bad day waiting to happen.
Yeah.
And we know exactly where this bad day hit, the Yucatan Peninsula.
Right.
What does that impact site tell us about the moment everything changed?
The Chicxulub crater, as
Okay.
it's called,
Mm-hmm.
is a scar that speaks volumes.
Really?
The impact itself would have vaporized anything at ground zero,
Wow.
unleashing unimaginable forces.
Yeah.
We're talking earthquakes that could be felt globally,
Oh, wow.
tsunamis taller than skyscrapers.
Okay, starting to sound like a disaster movie now.
And that's just the beginning.
Oh, no.
Riley Black calls the first 24 hours after impact a shift from paradise to inferno.
Inferno is right.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is where things get really rough for our dinosaur friends.
It wasn't just the initial blast.
Okay.
Imagine a massive volcanic eruption
Okay.
spewing tons of sulfur into the air.
Yeah.
Now imagine that happening globally.
Okay, I'm getting a serious end-of-the-world vibe here.
That's not far off.
Yeah.
All that debris thrown into the atmosphere by the impact,
Right?
much of it was vaporized rock, rich in sulfur.
Okay.
And sulfur, when it gets up that high, acts like a planetary sunshade.
So we go from a global barbecue to a deep freeze. Talk about a rough week.
More like a rough 3 years, according to Black.
Wow.
This impact winter, as it's called,
Yeah.
would have drastically reduced sunlight,
Right.
plunging temperatures,
Mm-hmm.
and disrupting photosynthesis on a global scale.
So it's not just the cold,
Right.
but the ripple effects on the food chain.
Exactly,
Right.
like dominoes falling.
Uh-huh.
Plants die off,
Yeah.
herbivores starve,
Right.
then the carnivores that ate them vanish too.
Oh, wow.
Whole ecosystems collapsing like a house of cards.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I guess also fascinating from a scientific perspective.
Yeah.
Any specific examples of how this played out?
Let's take birds.
Okay.
Back then, you had all sorts
Yeah.
of toothed birds. Even some raptor-like dinosaurs with feathers.
Oh,
They mostly relied on insects or other animals for food.
okay.
But as those prey species disappeared,
Mm-hmm.
so did they.
Makes sense. No food, no birds.
Right.
Did any birds make it through?
Interestingly, beaked birds.
Okay.
The ancestors of today's birds
Oh, wow.
had already evolved to eat seeds and nuts.
So a diet that might have seemed limited before suddenly became a lifesaver?
Yeah.
Evolution is full of surprises.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Those seeds buried in the ground provided a stable food source
Wow.
throughout the impact winter.
Mm-hmm.
And while life on land was struggling,
Right.
the oceans weren't doing much better.
Oh, no. I bet the tsunamis weren't the only problem they faced.
Nope.
Oh, man.
A lack of sunlight was devastating
Yeah.
for photosynthesizing organisms like algae,
Right.
the very foundation of the marine food chain. We're talking a near total ecosystem collapse in the oceans.
So even the creatures far removed from the impact site felt the consequences.
Yeah.
This really was a global reset button, huh?
It was.
Yeah.
But even in this bleakest of times,
Right.
there were glimmers of hope.
Really?
Some algae species had evolved
Right.
to feed on organic matter, not just sunlight.
Interesting.
It was a niche adaptation
Yeah.
that ended up being crucial for preventing the total collapse of the ocean ecosystem.
Life finds a way, as they say. So we've got the initial inferno, then this long, dark winter.
Right.
What happens next? Did life just give up?
Not at all. Life is tenacious.
Hmm.
The million years following the impact were like a grand experiment,
Yeah.
a reset button for Earth's ecosystems.
So who were the first ones to move into this new world?
Yeah,
Was it like a post-apocalyptic wasteland?
you might think so,
Yeah.
but the fossil record tells a different story.
Oh, yeah.
Black describes a fern spike. Basically, ferns took over.
Mm.
They're hardy,
Okay.
adaptable,
Right.
and they thrived in the disturbed landscapes after the impact.
Ferns.
Yeah.
Not exactly what comes to mind when I think resilient survivors.
Right.
Yeah.
They were the pioneers, paving the way for the return of forests.
Okay.
Within a million years, dense, closed canopy forests were back,
Oh.
creating new habitats and opportunities for life to evolve.
And that's where our mammal ancestors come in, right?
So bad.
Finally, their time to shine.
With the dinosaurs gone, mammals went through this amazing burst of evolution, diversifying, growing in size.
Did they start evolving into the mammals we know and love today?
Well, no, not quite.
Okay.
It's fascinating, actually. Their bodies got bigger quickly, but their brains lagged behind.
Really?
Imagine a mammal the size of a dog,
Yeah.
but with a brain not much bigger than a walnut.
So big bodies, tiny brains.
Yeah.
Sounds like the teenage years of mammal evolution.
Exactly. It was a period of experimentation with all sorts of weird and wonderful creatures evolving before our modern lineages emerged.
This whole story makes you think, what if the asteroid had missed?
Yeah.
Would dinosaurs still be walking the Earth?
Right.
And would we even be here?
It's a mind-boggling thought experiment.
It is.
The dinosaur extinction was a tragedy,
Right.
but it also opened the door for the rise of mammals. And eventually, us.
Yeah.
Our very existence is intertwined with this ancient event.
It's like every ending is also a beginning.
It is.
But it wasn't just about the dinosaurs and mammals, right?
Absolutely.
What about those other survivors who made it through alongside them?
Take amphibians.
Okay.
They seem so fragile,
Wow.
needing both land and water.
Yeah.
Yet they weathered the apocalypse. Scientists are still figuring out exactly how they pulled it off,
Yeah.
but their resilience is undeniable.
It's a good reminder that there's still so much we don't know
Yeah.
about how life adapts and survives.
Right.
Are there any other mysteries survivors that stand out to you?
Crocodiles.
Oh!
They've often been called living fossils. Like they
Yeah.
haven't changed in millions of years.
Right.
But recent research suggests they were actually evolving quite rapidly,
Oh, really?
even during the time of the dinosaurs.
So instead of branching out into all sorts of new forms, they perfected their existing niche.
Exactly.
Talk about sticking to what you know.
It seems they found their winning formula and just kept refining it over time.
Yeah.
A testament to specialization and adaptability.
It's amazing to think about all these different paths to survival.
Yeah.
Birds with their seeds,
Right.
algae adapting to darkness, crocodiles sticking to their strategy.
It really shows the incredible power of life to bounce back,
It does.
even from something as devastating as an asteroid impact.
It truly is awe-inspiring.
Mm.
This story highlights the interconnectedness of life,
It does.
how the extinction of one group can ripple through entire ecosystems
Yeah.
and shape the evolutionary trajectory of others.
Yeah.
It underscores the importance of resilience, adaptation, and understanding our planet's long and dramatic history.
Yeah.
We've covered so much ground today, from a fiery apocalypse to a vibrant recovery. It's been quite a journey. Any final thoughts for our listeners?
Riley Black's book is just a glimpse into a vast and ever-evolving field. We encourage you to delve deeper into the captivating world of paleontology.
Okay.
And consider this.
Yeah.
If life could rebound from an asteroid impact that wiped out the dinosaurs,
Right.
what lessons can we learn from this deep time perspective as we face the challenges of our own time?
That's a powerful question to ponder.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking us on this fascinating deep dive.
Oh, of course.
Until next time, keep exploring.